Hello everyone, this is Namita Basrotra, and in this video we will be doing whole numbers exercise 2.3 question number 4. So we are going to do some questions on distributive property of multiplication over addition or subtraction. So let's begin. So what is distributive property of multiplication over addition? Now here we see that the student here will break the multiplication problem into two separate smaller problems. So what you do is you break a number into two simple or easier numbers, and then you apply the property. So let's learn it and let's look at it now. For example, you have to multiply 63 by 92. Now you know that 63 by 92 is like you have to perform the complete multiplication algorithm here, but instead what we will do, we will break 92 into two numbers, that is 90 and plus 2. And let's take another example. For example, you have to multiply 6 into 8. This is an easier one. Now here, let's say you don't know the table of 8. Okay, so what is an alternative? What will I do? I will break this 8 into 5 and 3. 5, because I know 5 plus 3 is 8. So what will I do? I can write 6 into 8 as 6 into 5 plus 3. And 5 plus 3 is how much? That is 8. Right? And now instead of multiplying 6 into 8, I'll multiply 6 into 5 and 6 into 3 and then add it finally. So when I know that 6 5 is 30, I know that 6 3 is 18, and I get 48. When you apply this to the large numbers or to the numbers which are 2-digit numbers or 3-digit numbers, the question gets easy to solve. So let's do some more examples now with this. So we have a question here. This is question number 4 from exercise 6.3 NCERT, and it says we have to multiply 728 by 101. So now let's apply. And do you think which number is easier to break? So I can take this number and try to break it into two numbers. So I will rewrite the question and write it as 728, and I'll multiply it by, you see, if I bring 0 0, then my question gets very easy. So I can write here 100 plus 1, because I know I can multiply any number by 100 mentally. So this is what I'm trying to do over here. So now this is my step 1, where I'm breaking one number, that is 101, to 100 plus 1, right? And now that is step 1. Step 2 is you will be multiplying 728 by both the numbers. Now be careful by both the numbers. So 728 goes to 100 and says hi, and you multiply. So let me just multiply 728 multiplied by 100, and after that you have a plus sign, so I'll write a plus sign, and after that 728 goes and says hi to 1, right? I'll write here 728 multiplied by 1. Clear? And after that, what you to do? Now you have to solve these two separately. So this becomes clearly how much? 72,800. And I'll write the plus sign as it is, and when I multiply 728 by 1, I get 728. Now when you add, you can add this mentally also, because you know, like you will be adding ones and ones place the digits which are there at ones place. So I see 0 plus 8, that gives me 8. And I do 0 plus 2, that gives me 2, that is 10th place digit. Now I go to the 100th place digit, that is 8 plus 7. How much is that? That is 15. So I'll write a 5, 1 goes forward. So this is how you can just add mentally without writing it on the side like you normally do. And then you write here 2 plus 1 is 3 and 7, because there's nothing here. So my answer is 73,528. So I'm leaving B part for you, so you can do B part on your own. It is quite like A part. Let's do the C part. Now in C part we have two numbers which we have to multiply, 824 multiplied by 25, and we have to use distributive property to do this. Now we won't be lucky every time that we get 100, but then we'll try to get at least a 0 at ones place, if not at 10th place. So let's break the number. So it is like 824 multiplied by 25. Right? That's a question. What will I do? I'll write 824, and let me just break this 25 into two numbers. Can you guess which two? Yes, you're right. 20 plus 5. Now it's time that 824 has to go and say hi to both the numbers one by one. So you will write here, the first step will be 824, and it goes and say hi to 20, and you multiply. Why you multiply? Because there's multiplication outside, right? And after that you have plus here. Now you have to multiply 824 by 5. So this is how we do the next step. Now, when you multiply 824 by 20, it's easier because it's easier to double 824. You can do that easily. It becomes 1648. Can you double this 824? It's very easy. You can do it mentally and put a 0 after that. So that becomes 16,480. And plus now we have to multiply 824 by 5. In fact, there's a trick for it, you know. If I have to do this, what I do is normally I write 8240, that is 10 times, you know, into 10 will be so much, and then I reduce it to half. So that becomes, it's very easy. When I reduce this to half, this becomes, you know, if you see the 0 is as it is, half of 4 is 2, then half of 2 is 1, and half of 8 is 4. So this is 5 times. So this is just a trick that I'm telling you. Like if you want to do multiply any number by 5, you just place a 0 after it, okay, after the number, and then just make half of it. So this is how we can do multiplication by 5 mentally. So this is a trick. And so what is my product now? 8240 multiplied by 5, it will be 4120. Okay, now when you add this, the answer will be, yes, do it, add it and see, are you getting 20,600 here? Just check and let me know. So now let me do another type with you. Now this one is, here we have to multiply 4,275 by 125. So now how will you break this number 125? Okay, so maybe we can do it 100 plus 25, right? But then if we have to multiply 4,275 by 25, then we won't be able to do it mentally. So let's go a step further. So maybe, how about writing like this, 100 plus 20 plus 5. So this gets very easy, and I've already given you how to multiply by 20, means you double it and you just put a 0, and how to multiply by 5, that also trick I've shared with you. So let's do this and let's begin. So we write here the question. So it will be 4,275 multiplied by 100 plus 20 plus 5. Okay, right? So after that, now this 4,275 has to go and say hi to how many numbers? Yes, it has to go and say hi to 3 numbers now, 1, 2, and 3. So you write these, all the 3 numbers, and it goes and says hi, and you multiply. So let's do it. 4,275 multiplied by 100 is my first step. Okay, then the next sign is plus, so I'll write plus. Second will be 4,275 multiplied by 20. So I have done this, and plus 4,275 multiplied by 5. Okay, so now after this, I can write this 4 properly. Okay, so see now how easy it gets. Now you can do all these calculations mentally. So let's do this mentally. So this becomes 275, and we just place the zeros after 5, 2 zeros there, plus. Now what you have to do is you have to double this, okay, because when you multiply by 2 means you have to double it. So you can double this mentally if you want to, and don't forget to place a 0 after that. So when you just double this, you get 85500, and after that the next one 5 times, you get 21375. So it's up to you. You apply the tricks or you don't apply the tricks and you multiply. It's up to you. And then finally we come to the answer 534375. So I'm not repeating the tricks, you have already know. I want you to practice them yourself using the tricks. Okay, Now this question is not from NCERT. I've taken one extra question for you so that we can also do distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So here we have 97 and 351, and which number you think I should break, the first one or the second one? So the first one, I think so it's easier to break because it's closer to 100. So how I can write 97 now? So you think I can write it like this, that 100 minus 3, how much is 100 minus 3? Yes, it is 97, isn't it? So that means this is one way that I can do it. So let's begin. So I'll write the question again, 97 multiplied by 351. Okay, now I'll break this and I'll write 100 minus 3 instead of 97. I can write that because 100 minus 3 is 97, and I'll multiply it by 351. Okay, now the 351 is this side, and this number has to go and say hi to both the numbers which are inside the bracket. So you know that we are very social and we like giving respect to all the numbers which are there. We are not going to ignore any number. So that means 351 is going to say hi to 100 also, and 351 is going to say hi to 3 also, giving respect to both the numbers. You should give respect to the people around you, isn't it? So now let's write and solve it. So my first number, after that the next step will be, I'll write 351 and it will go and say hi to 100. That means multiplied by 100. I'll write it as it is, right? And then after that, which sign do I have? I have here minus, so I'll write a minus. And after that, 351 will go and say hi to 3. Yes, I'll write a 351 multiplied by 3. Now you see, we can do this mentally. Most of you can do this in class 6th. We all can do. We don't need a paper for this. I'll write here 2 zeros and minus. Now even this you can do mentally. If you see, you try solving 3 ones are 3 and then 5s are 15, so it gets easy. So the answer will be 1053. Sorry. So it is like 34,047. So that's the final answer. So children, how about making your own questions now on distributed property? Take the numbers which are closer to 100, to 200, 200 or 1000 and multiply it by any other 3 or 4 digit number. Try making some questions, try doing some practice, and then I'll be coming up with more videos for you. Till then, bye-bye.